हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association. Let's get started with our Bhakti Vaibhava studies. Module 4, Canto 3, Chapter 1, entitled Questions by Sri Vidura. We'll be starting from text number 37 onwards. But before that, let's chant our Mangalachan prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. तथैव चान्ये नरलोकवीरा य आहवे कृष्णमुखारविन्दम् नेत्रैः पिबन्तो नयनाभिरामम् पार्थास्त्रपूतः पदमापुरस्य. अहो बकीयं स्तनकालकूटं जिघ्रांसयापाय यदप्यसाध्वी लेभे गतिं धात्र्युचितां ततोऽन्यं कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम. अशेषसङ्क्लेशशमं विधत्ते गुणानुवाद श्रवणं मुरारे किं वा पुनस्तच्चरणारविन्द परागसेवारतिरात्मलब्धा. सोऽहं नृणां क्षुल्लसुखाय दुःखं महद्गतानां विरमाय तस्य प्रवर्तये भागवतं पुराणं यदाह साक्षात् भगवान् ऋषभ्यः. त्वं भक्तियोग परिभावित त्वं भक्तियोग परिभावितरित्सरोज आस्ये श्रुते क्षितपथो ननु नाथ पुंसाम् यद्यद्धियात उरुगाय विभावयन्ति तत्तद्वपु प्रणयसे सदनुग्रहाय. सोऽसाव अब्दभ्रकरुणो भगवान् विवृद्ध प्रेम स्मितेन नयनाम्बुरुहं विजृम्भम् उत्थाय विश्वविजयाय च नो विषादम् माध्व्या गिरा पनयतात् पुरुषः पुराणः ससर्गा ससर्जाग्रेऽन्धतामिस्रम् अथ तामिस्रमादिकृत् महामोहं च मोहं च तमश्चाज्ञा न वृत्तयः हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So let us start from verse number 38. So, Shama Kishori Mataji, please you can read the verse and translation.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I'm not ready yet. I don't have the book in front of me.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
Thank you.
So, no problem. Ajay Rohin Prabhu, you want to take verse number 37? Kim va kritagesh agaham atyamarshi, like that. Prabhu, we cannot hear you. Ajay Rohin Prabhu. We cannot hear you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, there is no sound. Anyway, in the interest of time, I'll just read.
Am I audible now?
Now you're audible, Prabhuji. Please go ahead.
Text 37. Kim va kritaghevsh agham atyamarshi bhimo hivadhrigatamam vayumuncha yasyangari patam ranbhurnase margam gadayas charto vichitram.
Very nice.
His divine guest, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Please tell me whether the unconquerable Bhima, who is like a cobra, has released his long cherished anger upon the sinners. The field of battle could not tolerate even the wonderful playing of his club when he stepped on the path. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mahatma Vidurji is asking these questions to Shri Uddhav, whom he has met on the banks of Yamuna. And he's asking questions about the welfare of the Yadus as well as the Pandavas, because he was related to both sides, and both sides there were pure devotees. So he's asking about them. In this verse, Mahatma Vidur is asking about Shri Bhimasen, the second brother of the Pandavas. He's saying Bhim was Ati Amarshi. He could not be conquered. Ati Amarshi Bhima. He could not be conquered. He was unconquerable. He had great anger upon the sinners who tried to disrobe their beloved wife, Srimati Draupadi Devi, in the Kuru Sabha, Asat Sabha, who poisoned, who had a sinister plan to burn their house, who cheated them in the gambling match, sent them to forest for exile, usurped the kingdom from them, their wealth. He had great anger. And he was so powerful that even the um, Ranabhumi, Ranabhu word is used in this verse. Ranabhu. Even the Ranabhumi, the battlefield, could not tolerate. Nasehe, could not tolerate his fighting with the club. He was so powerful. Bhim. Srila Radha Govindadas Goswami Maharaj, in his Katha, describes that the day Arjun was born, Kunti was carrying Bhim in her arms. Bhim was the elder brother. And later on, Arjun was born. So she was taking care of Arjun and she was bending down to pick up Arjun also with the other hand. And somehow Bhim fell from Kunti's hand. Bhim fell from Kunti's hand. And Bhim also was a newborn because Kunti Maharani had these Kunti Maharani had the three sons, Yudhishthir, Bhim, and Arjun, from the Devatas, Yamaraj, Vayudev, and Indradev, respectively. So it was not like a human pregnancy, it was superhuman pregnancy. So they were happened in quick succession, and Arjun was born, and Bhim was only few days old. So he was a newborn baby, also Bhim. So Bhim was being carried by Kunti Maharani in one arm. With the other arm, she tried to pick up Arjun, and Bhim slipped and fell from Kunti's hand. And Bhim, who was only few days old, he fell on a rock. And the rock shattered to powder. This was the power of Bhim when he was a newborn child. Hmm? So this Bhim, he had great anger towards the sinners. And Vidur is asking, so the battle of Kurukshetra must have been over by now. I wonder what Bhim did in the Ranbhumi. Was he able to vent his anger at Dushasan? Was he able to vent his anger at Duryodhan? What happened? Is Bhim all right? Because he's Vrikodhar. He has the appearance of a wolf. He is not satisfied even by taking revenge. After killing Dushasan, Bhim was screaming on the battlefield, "Oh Mrityu! Oh death! Why are you so merciful to Dushasan? Why did you come so quickly? You should have waited." I was not done with him. I wanted to beat him some more. That was Bhim. So Yudhishthira is asking, was he able to fulfill his long cherished anger by venting it at the sinners? So in this way, we can see even anger can be used in Krishna's service. Okay, let's have a quick round of questions. I'm going to say one vice, and you raise your hand and tell me how that vice can be used in Krishna's service. How that anartha can become artha by using it in Krishna's service. So Rishi Prabhu, lust. Balam balavatam chaham kamaraga vivarjitam dharma aviruddho bhuteshu kamosmin bharatarshava. How can lust be used in Krishna's service? By entering the Grahastha ashram and having Krishna conscious children with Garbhadan Samskar.
Okay. Thank you. I was not aware of that.
Huh?
I was not aware of this one. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, so in Krishna consciousness, everything can be used in Krishna's service in its uncontaminated pure form. So all the Prajapatis, that's what they do. Kashyap Muni uses that to become a progenitor. That is a seva. We were reading in Jaiva Dharma yesterday. All the progenitors, they are Vaishnavas. See, we spoke about Prahlad, Dhruv. Then Vaishnadas Babaji Maharaj said that all the progenitors, means all the Prajapatis, like Kashyap Muni, they were all Vaishnavas, which means they are producing so many children, but they are using their lust in Krishna's service by producing Krishna conscious children. So when we do Garbhadan Samskar and a nice child comes and we take care of the child, raise the child in Krishna consciousness, that is using lust in Krishna's service. Otherwise, lust is only selfish enjoyment. Okay. Aradhya Madhavi Mataji, lust, anger. How can anger be used? This verse we just read.
Yeah, just like I'm not going to give that example, but I think in terms of services, if you no, not that example is not good. Anger can be used just like Hanuman,
Very good.
he burned Lanka because he was so angry at Ravana. So that anger was
Can be used in
used
service
to
of God.
save
Yes.
Yeah.
Service of Ram. Very nice example. Okay, Amrit Gaurangi Mataji, lust, anger, greed. How can greed be used in Krishna's service? Padyavali, Srila Rupa Goswami writes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Only 16 rounds. No. Hare Krishna, today is Ekadashi. At least 25. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
So
Ram.
have greed, more greed in the service of Lord Krishna for
Yes, Nam.
chanting more.
Yeah, Srila Rupa Goswami writes in Padyavali one verse. He mentions that verse in Padyavali. Some verses he has composed. Most of the verses are taken from other Vaishnava acharyas. He says, just like a miser counts money, a devotee should be counting Nam. How much I have done? Okay, let me do a little bit more. Let me earn some more Nam today. Like that, we should be hungry for more. So we can be greedy for Harinam. Let's be greedy for chanting more. Very nice. Shyam Chandra, lust, anger, greed, envy. Hare Krishna.
I think envy is one of those six.
No, it can be used.
It can be used.
Yes.
Okay, so envy should be used as a positive, in the sense, not as a negative. It can be used so that we are not envious of. We don't become envious of devotees, but we want to make it like,
You think about this and then tell. How envy can be used. Envy means envy. Envy. How envy can be used in Krishna's service. Lust, anger, greed, envy. Muktasambhru, pride.
No?
How about?
Oh, see, so Sundari reminds me. No vacancy. No,
No, we can.
envy. That
Envy.
means primarily, I think envy is a quality which in Krishna consciousness
is Radharani envious of Chandravali?
Yes.
Yes, so that can be
Yes.
used. The
So
gopis.
we have to. So again, that's very subtle. I mean, it is not it's in a positive way, no? Is it negative
Yes.
or it's in a positive way?
No,
That's
it is
what.
all positive. It is positive, but to please Krishna. Krishna feels very happy when
Yeah.
Radharani does that for him. When Krishna pretends to go to some other kunj and Radharani gets envious, goes into man out of jealous anger, Prabhupada says. Jealousy is angry. Then Krishna becomes very pleased. Oh, Radharani loves me so much that even if I just pretend to go somewhere else, she gets so angry. So the gopis, they show their envy, jealousy to please Krishna. Like, Krishna, we love you so much that if you go anywhere else, we cannot tolerate. So in that way, that envy can be used in Krishna's service to please Krishna.
So which was that one thing which Jiva Goswami says in Sandarbha that cannot be used out of the six? I think there's one quality that is not to be used, no? I mean,
What I have heard is all of them. We are going to go and see. All of them are going to be used in Krishna's service now.
Okay.
We will see. So Mukta Sangha, what you got? Lust, anger, greed, envy, pride.
Right. I'm very proud to say that I am in the lineage of Vaishnavas.
Haribo.
Prabhupada's shelter. I'm very proud.
Yes. Our acharyas say that we should be proud of our Guru Sampradaya and we should be proud of Krishna. My Krishna is so wonderful. He can even feed the African elephants. He can feed the fish in the ocean. He can feed all the species of life. He's so expert. He's so perfect. Krishna is so perfect. In this way, we should be proud of our Krishna. We should be proud of our acharyas. Jiva Goswami was proud of Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, seeing their signature on the Vijaya Pata. Chalo, baitho, debate karo mere saath. And he defeated that Digvijay Pandit to uphold the pride of the Gaudiyas. So yes, pride can be used. So lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, and now this is a tough one. Sarojanandini Mataji. How do you use false ego in Krishna's service? Illusion. Well, not false ego, but illusion. Lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, and illusion. How you can use illusion in Krishna's service?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Illusion in Krishna's service.
Yeah, yes. Yes, Madhuri, you heard it right. Illusion in Krishna service. Now say again. Yes, illusion in Krishna's service can be illusion. Who can raise your hands? Who can answer? How can illusion be?
I still
Yes.
need some time, Prabhu.
So, no, it's okay. Your friend has come to your rescue. Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji. Yes, Mataji. How can illusion be used in Krishna's service?
Vedandas Pranam. I just think that even staying at home, I can think I am sitting in Radha Kund. I can be in that illusion and do our bhajan.
Well, that is meditation. But how can illusion? How can a devotee be under illusion and serve Krishna? Okay. Yes, Darshini Mataji.
Prabhuji, by being in the illusion of, I'm not getting 1 minute. Yeah, by
Have you
being
become
under
illusion?
the illusion stage,
You have become illusion.
not being under Mahamaya, being under Yogamaya.
Being under Yoga Maya. Okay. Shama Vallavi Mataji.
Krishna Prabhuji, as Prabhupada says,
Becoming
we should
illusion. Becoming illusion, how we can use in Krishna service. Yes, Mataji.
So we should make use of our body to the make best use of bad bargain. As Prabhupada says, we have got this human body, and I identify myself with this body, but we should use our body in mind and words in Krishna service. Senses, everything in Krishna service.
No, see, illusion means to be under illusion. False ego, illusion. So how we can use that? Not so if we are in illusion, but we are using everything in Krishna service, then we are devotee. But how we can use illusion, being illusioned in Krishna service?
Serving the deities, thinking as if Krishna himself standing in front of us.
See, that is our meditation. That is our bhav. That is meditation. Yes, Manju Bhashini Malini Mataji, how we can use illusion in Krishna service?
Relation, Krishna is mind like that. Isavakyam Jagat. Krishna is mind.
Krishna is mine. So again, that is a positive meditation. That is, but how do you use being illusioned in Krishna service? Yes, Ajay Govind Prabhu.
Prabhuji, like the sakhas and devotees of Krishna were under illusion. If they would consider Krishna as the God, they were not able to provide some services which they can do to Krishna.
Hari Bol. Very nice. Another example is Arjun. Karpanya dosho upahata svabhava. Arjun became bewildered. He became illusioned on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Why? He is a Nitya Siddha. He is an eternal associate of Krishna. But he accepted that role of becoming bewildered, illusioned, so that Krishna would speak Bhagavad Gita. Parishit Maharaj became illusioned. He is putting a dead snake on our Shamik Rishi. So like that. So we can use being bewildered, being illusioned, being under the influence of false ego, also in Krishna service to manifest a Leela. Krishna can use its devotee. So in this way we saw lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, illusion. All the 6 anarthas can be used in Krishna service. So here Bhima is using anger in Krishna service. Verse number 38. Shanta Radhika Mataji, read verse number 38, please. Kached Yashoda Rathayutapanam, like that. Are you there, Mataji? Shanta Radhika Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandasanam.
Hare Krishna.
Kached Yashoda Rathayutapanam Gandiv Dhanvo Paratadi Alakshito Yachat Bhoot Guru Maya Kirato Girisha Sutosha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Please tell me whether Arjun, whose bow bears the name Gandiv and who is always famous amongst the chariot warriors of vanquishing his enemies, is doing well. He once satisfied Lord Shiva by covering him with arrows when Shiva came as an unidentified false hunter.
Yeah, so during the Vanvas, the forest exile, Arjun had this very wonderful divine encounter with Lord Mahadev, Lord Shiva, and Arjun satisfied Lord Shiva. And then Lord Shiva gave the Pashupati weapon to Arjun, which was a very, very powerful weapon. So in this way, Vidur is asking, how is Arjun doing? Has he vanquished all his enemies? He has even satisfied Lord Shiva. So I'm sure he was undefeatable in battle. How did Arjun do? How is he doing? So he's asking about Arjun after asking about Bhim. Then text 39. Rishi Prabhu, did you read already verse? No. Okay, go for it. Verse 39.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances always to Srila Prabhupada. Text 39. Yamavuta Shritanayo Prithayaha Parthirvito Pakshmabhir Akshiniva Remata Uddaya Mrideswariktham Parat Suparnaviva Vrajrivaktrat. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. All the twin brothers who are protected by their brothers doing well, just as the eye is always protected by the eyelid, they are protected by the sons of Pritha, who snatched back their rightful kingdom from the hands of their enemy Duryodhan, just as Garud snatched nectar from the mouth of Indra, the thunderbolt carrier. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So after inquiring about Yudhishthira Maharaj, Mahatma Vidur inquired about Bhim. Then he inquired about Arjun. And in this verse, number 39, he's inquiring about Nakul and Sahadev, the twin brothers. They were incarnations of the Ashwini Kumaras, or expansions of the Ashwini Kumaras, sons of the Ashwini Kumaras. So twin brothers, Nakul and Sahadev, how are they? They were protected by their elder brothers, like the eyelids protect the eyes. Means reflexly, someone tries to poke a finger in our nose, immediately the eyelid will blink. Immediately. There's some dust coming, immediately the eyelid will blink. So Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, they were like eyelids protecting these two younger brothers, Nakul and Sahadev. Even though they were not biological brothers, like they were not born from the same mother, but still they treated each other with so much affection and they were so protective. So here he's asking, how are they? Just as the eyelid protects the eye, these two twin brothers, Nakul, Sahadev, they were protected by the elder sons of Pritha. Because Nakul, Sahadev were sons of Madri, and sons of Kunti were Yudhishthir, Bhim, and Arjun. And who snatched back their rightful kingdom from the hands of the enemy Duryodhan. These, I'm sure they must have snatched back and defeated the Duryodhan and his team. Just as Garud snatched nectar from the mouth of Indra, who carries Vajra, thunderbolt. Srila Prabhupada says that Indra, very powerful, carries thunderbolt, yet Garud was able to snatch nectar from Indra. And similarly, Duryodhan was as strong as Indra, and still the sons of Pritha, the three Pandava brothers, were able to snatch away their kingdom from Duryodhan. Both Garud and the Parthas, the Pandavas, are pet devotees of the Lord, Prabhupada says. And thus it was possible for them to face such strong enemy. Otherwise, not possible to face such strong enemy. But strong devotees can do anything. Then by Krishna's mercy. Then Aradhya Madhya Mataji, verse 40.
Krishna Prabhu. Aho Prithapi Dariyate Arak
Driyate.
Driyate Arvakarthe Rajasri Varyena Vinapitena Yastva Ekaviro Dirtho Vijigye Danur Dvitiya Kakubas Chatar Sraha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. O my Lord, is Pritha still living? She lived only for the sake of her fatherless children. Otherwise, it was impossible for her to live without King Pandu. who was the greatest commander and who alone conquered the 4 directions simply with the help of a second bow. Second bow.
Hare Krishna. So when Maharaj Pandu died because of the curse of a rishi that he had, and in his last moments, he had a desire to be with Madri. So Madri said, I will go sati. I will enter the funeral pyre. I will enter the fire and I will go so that in the next life also I can be with Pandu Maharaj and fulfill his unfulfilled desire. I don't want his desire to be unfulfilled, so I will go with him. And Kunti, you stay. Even though Kunti wanted to go with the husband because she was the elder wife. Because both could not go, there were 5 young children. So then Madri said that, oh Kunti, Didi, you stay and I will die. You stay because you are more experienced, you are elder, you are more loving. I know you will take care of your 3 sons very nicely and you will take care of my 2 sons equally nicely. So I trust you completely, let me go. So Madri went sati. She went in the next life with Maharaj Pandu, and Kunti Maharani was left all alone, to take care of 5 children. And she never discriminated between her 3 sons and the 2 sons of Madri. She never discriminated. She did all of them equally. Even when Draupadi came, she thought that they have got something in Bhiksha. She didn't know. She said, whatever it is, you 5 brothers, share it equally. When Bakasur had to be faced, the demon, she sent her biological son, Bhim. She could have sent Nakul Sahadev. She sent her son. Even Yudhishthira Maharaj had that same spirit of Kunti Maharani. When the Yaksha Prashna, Yaksha Yudhishthira Samvad takes place, and all the brothers are dead, Nakul is dead, Sahadev is dead, Bhim is dead, Arjun is dead, or they appeared like they're dead. And finally, Yudhishthira Maharaj goes to the lake and meets Yaksha, who says, answer my questions. Then I will fulfill your desire. Yudhishthira Maharaj satisfies the Yaksha with all the questions. He gives very brilliant Shastric logical answers. And when the Yaksha is fully satisfied, then Yaksha says, ask me for anything. One benediction you ask, I'll give. What does, according to Srila Vyasdev's Mahabharata, what does Yudhishthira Maharaj say? He says, please bring Nakul back to life. He says, what? Yudhishthira, you are going to fight a major war. In that, Nakul is not going to be the main person helping you. It's going to be Bhim and Arjun. So ask, you should have asked for one of them. Yudhishthira Maharaj said no. Bhim and Arjun are my biological brothers. I am Kunti's son. If I am alive, then one son of Madri Mata should also be alive. If I am alive, Yudhishthira is alive, then Madri's son should also be alive, one son. So if I have to get one brother alive, let it be Nakul. This was Yudhishthira Maharaj. Very great personality. Duryodhana was just the opposite. So here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada talks about sati, the custom of sati. So it's important for us to know Srila Prabhupada's perfect view on this. I am reading Srila Prabhupada's purport, the first paragraph. A faithful wife cannot live without her lord, the husband. And therefore, all widows used to voluntarily embrace the burning fire, which consumed the dead husband. When my Guru Maharaj was asked about this, my Guru Maharaj said that the fire of separation from the husband was worse than the physical fire. So much was the love between husband and wife. So the wife would go with the husband. This system was very common in India because all the wives were chaste and faithful to their husbands. Later on, with the advent of the age of Kali, the wives gradually began to be less adherent to their husbands, and the voluntary embrace of the fire by the widows became a thing of the past. Very recently, the system was abolished since the voluntary system had become a forcible social custom. It was being misused, so it was rightly abolished. Now, Amrit Gaurangi Mataji, text 41.
सौम्यानुशोचेतमदापतन्तं भ्रात्रे परेताय विदुद्रुहेयः निर्यापितो येन सुहृत्स्वपूर्या अहं स्वपुत्रान् समनुव्रतेन. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. O gentle one, I simply lament for he, Dhritarashtra, who rebelled against his brother after death. By him I was driven out of my own house, although I am his sincere well-wisher, because he accepted the line of action adopted by his own sons. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here Mahatma Vidur is asking from Shri Uddhavji, what about Dhritarashtra? I simply lament for him. See, for everyone else, he said, how are they doing? Are they faring well? Are they keeping well? But for Dhritarashtra, he did not ask. He's saying, oh, for Dhritarashtra, I simply lament. I simply lament. Shoche, Anushoche. I'm simply lamenting for him. Why? Because he rebelled against his own brother, Pandu Maharaj, after the death of Pandu Maharaj. Pandu Maharaj's sons were supposed to inherit Pandu Maharaj's kingdom. Dhritarashtra was just a caretaker, temporary. But he was too attached to the wealth and wanted to keep it for his son, Duryodhana. And it was thus Dhritarashtra who drove me out of the house, although I was his well-wisher. Surit, I was his Surit, well-wisher. But he drove me out of his house. Why? Because Swaputran. He listened to the advice of his own sons. Mamaka Pandavasya. He was like that. Purport. Vidur did not ask about the welfare of his elder brother Dhritarashtra because there was no chance of his well-being. Only news of his gliding down to hell. Vidur was a sincere well-wisher of Maharaj Dhritarashtra, and he had a thought about him in the corner of his heart. He lamented that Dhritarashtra could rebel against the sons of his dead brother Pandu, and that he could drive him out of his own house at the dictation of his crooked sons. Driving out one's brother at the dictation of crooked sons. In spite of these actions, Vidur never became enemy of Dhritarashtra, but continued to be his well-wisher, Surit. And we'll see at the last stage of Dhritarashtra's life, it was Vidur who went, extricated him from material life, and got him liberation. Prabhupada says such is the behavior of a Vaishnava like Vidur Maharaj. He desires all good, even for his enemies. Ajata Shatru. 42. Mukusanga Prabhu, verse 42, please.
Thank you, Prabhu. Soham harer martya vidambanena drusho nrunam chalayato vidhathu nanyopalakshaya padavim prasadach charami pashyan gata vishmayotra. Translation. I am not astonished at this, having traveled over the world without being seen by others. The activities of the personality of Godhead, which are like those of a man in this mortal world, are bewildering to others, but I know of his greatness by his grace, and thus I am happy in all respects. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, recently we had the good fortune of being in North Carolina, and we were in Hillsborough, and we were able to meet His Holiness Srila Bir Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And Maharaj said something very wonderful. Maharaj said, having been in Krishna consciousness for over 50 years now, nothing surprises me. Nothing in the material world surprises. So here, Mahatma Vidur is saying, I am not astonished. I am not astonished. Because a pure devotee really understands how Krishna's material energy works and what is the nature of this material world. His Holiness Bir Krishna Goswami Maharaj was saying, sometimes I go when a congregation devotee couple has given birth to a child and they call me to name the child. So I go, I give a name. The day we met him, Maharaj had just cremated Her Grace Tunga Vidya Mataji, one of the congregation devotees who had left her body. Said sometimes I go for Anteshti Kriya, the funeral rites of a Vaishnava. Sometimes I go for Annaprashan. Some child has become 6 months old. Sometimes I go for initiation ceremony. Sometimes I go for marriage. Some devotees to bless their marriage. Some devotee has bought a new house. They invite me to bless their new house, Griha Pravesh. I go for that. He said, this is just a continuum. This is the life cycle. And then Maharaj said, like Srila Prabhupada gave us um, that diorama where the soul goes through a fetus, newborn, infant, toddler, child, youth, full-grown male, then starts dwindling, middle age, old age, and then death. And then again in the womb of a mother, another mother. So this changing bodies exhibition. Yeah, it's called changing bodies exhibition. Srila Prabhupada taught that. It's there in Bhagavad Gita, that famous ISKCON photo, how the soul travels. Dehinosmin yatha dehe. Kaumaram yauvanam jara. Tatha dehantara prapte. Dhira satrana muhyati. Dhira satrana muhyati. Maharaj said, I am not surprised now. This janma mrityu jara vyadhi. Dukkha doshanu darshanam. It is going to be there. Birth, old age, disease, and death. Maharaj said, nothing surprises me. And then Maharaj smiled and said, I am not challenging Krishna, because Krishna can still find something to surprise me. I am not challenging Krishna, but nothing in this material world really surprises. Everything is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. Just this morning, I was listening to a lecture of my Guru Maharaj, and my Guru Maharaj was saying that if you open the newspaper, it is all Srimad Bhagavatam. And I said, oh hold on. What did Srila Radhanath Maharaj say? And Maharaj said, if you just open the newspaper, it is just Srimad Bhagavatam, philosophy without Krishna. Because Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita tell us that this murders in this material world, it is padam padam vipadam. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Bhagavad Gita says, Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshana darshanam. That's what we read in newspaper. Maharaj said, good news doesn't sell, bad news sells. So these newspapers, these magazines, they are filled with bad news. This explosion, this terrorist attack, this problem, that problem. Maharaj said, it is all Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita philosophy in the newspapers, minus Krishna. Their problem is they have removed Krishna from there. They are focusing on material problems, but without the solution. Solution is there in Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. So like that. So Mahatma Vidur is very, very wise. He is a Mahajan. He's saying, I am not astonished. Having traveled all over the world, all alone, without being seen by others. The activities of Lord Hari are like those of a man in this mortal world. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, what is that verse? Avajananti Mamuda Manushim Tanumashita. When I come in the human form, people don't understand me. They criticize me. He's very bewildering. Krishna's Maya is very bewildering. Vidur is saying, Hari Maya. Therefore, Maamevaya Prapadyante Maya Metam Taranti. Hari Sharanam. But I know of Krishna's greatness by Krishna's mercy, Krishna's grace. And thus I am happy in all respect. Brahmabhuta Prasannatmana Shochatina Kankshati. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains this in more detail. He says, although Vidur was the brother of wicked Dhritarashtra, Mahatma Vidur was completely different, Prabhupada says. He was not like his brother. It's completely different. Just like Vibhishan was very different from Ravan and Kumbhakarna. Just like that. Our Mahatma Vidur was very different from Dhritarashtra. By the grace of Lord Krishna, Vidur was not foolish like his brother Dhritarashtra. And thus, his brother's bad association could not influence him. Hare Krishna. In In our Subhashitam, there is a verse where it is said that a snake may wrap itself around a chandan tree in the Malayan hills. A snake will wrap itself around a chandan tree, but the chandan tree, even though wrapped by so many snakes living in and around it, the chandan tree does not give up its quality of giving coolness and its quality of fragrance. It does not give up. It maintains. And similarly, a devotee may sometimes be exposed to bad association, but devotee doesn't take that association. A devotee remains pure. How is it that a devotee, after being exposed to bad association, does not take association? We have discussed this. Who can answer? What is association? How do you define association? Okay, Satyarma Mataji, how do you define association?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Association is only when we take their words and start following their instructions, or try to follow what they are following.
Correct. That is you inquire from them, you hear them submissively, and what you hear causes a transformation. That becomes association. That we should not do with materialistic people. So Vidur, he maintained himself very pure. He was not like his brother. Sattva samshuddhi means purification of one's existence. This is very much important. And the result of purification is fearlessness. A devotee who is Narayana Para, he is fearless. What verse is this? Prabhupada is saying in the purport. What verse is this? Raise your hand. Yes, Vamshivadan Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी धन्यवाद प्रणाम नारायण परा सर्वे न कुटस्य न बिभ्यति स्वर्ग अपवर्ग नरकेषु अपि तुल्यत दर्शिनः.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. In the last paragraph, Srila Prabhupada says, when Lord Shri Krishna was personally present in the mortal world, in his eternal blissful form of Shama Sundar, those who were not pure devotees of the Lord could not recognize him or know his glories. Avajananti ma mudha manushantanu mahashritam. Shri Bhagavad Gita 9.11. Krishna is always bewildering to the non-devotees, but he is always seen by the devotees by dint of their pure devotional service to him. Devotees can see Krishna. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena. But non-devotees cannot see. Avajananti mam mudha manushantanu mahashritam. Naham prakash sarvasya yoga mayam pashritam. Krishna cannot be seen without bhakti. And text 43, Krishna Pramodini Mataji. Text 43.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev.
Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Nunam Drupanam Primadotpatanam Mahim Muhuschalayatam Chamobhuhi Vada Prapannartijihi Shayesho Pyupaikshatagham Bhagavan Kurunam.
Very nice.
Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Prabhupada Ki Jai. Despite his being the Lord and being always willing to relieve the distress of sufferers, he, Krishna, refrained from killing the Kurus, although they committed all sorts of sins and although he saw other kings constantly agitating the earth by their strong military movements carried out under the dictation of three kinds of false pride. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Vidur is remembering Krishna now in this verse. Verse number 43. Remembering Krishna. Krishna being Bhagwan and always willing to relieve the distress of sufferers. What is the verse from Bhagavatam? That Krishna relieves the distress. Very famous verse. Yes, Kamal Gopika Mataji.
परित्रणाय साधूनां
Yeah, from Bhagavatam. That's from Bhagavad Gita. Very good. Correct. But from Bhagavatam, Krishna destroys the suffering of the sufferers who surrender to him. Yes, Satyaruma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Is it Samashritaya Padapallava?
No,
Is
that
it
is
Tatyena Kampam?
no,
Tatyena Kampam is correction.
no. Tattena means tolerance by the devotee. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranata Klesha Nashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Who said this verse?
Kunti Devi.
Hey? Who said that?
Me only. I'm sorry.
Satyarama Mataji, punishment for you. Janani Mataji, give good punishment to Satyarama Mataji. That is Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Similar verse. But who says this verse? Krishnaya Vas, don't Google. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranata Klesha Nashaya Govindaya Namo. Pranata means those who are surrendered. Klesha Nashaya. Prabhupada is saying it destroys the sufferings of those who are surrendered. Who said this? Should I tell or should I do homework? Okay, Rishi Prabhu, he's raising his real hand. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. It's Bhumi Devi offering the prayers to Krishna.
Are you sure?
Yes.
100% sure.
Yes.
Okay, pull it up. Because what I thought was those kings who were imprisoned when the queens were imprisoned and Krishna went and he killed Bhaumasur and then married all the 1608 queens who were imprisoned and all the kings who were imprisoned by Bhaumasur. Those devotees in the prison of Bhaumasur, they were offering this prayer, as far as I remember. Now, but it has been many years, so maybe wrong also. But that's what I remember, that they prayed and then Krishna came there to rescue them. They prayed that, oh Krishna, please rescue us. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane. So, as somebody can just look at this verse, see the reference. Maybe I'm wrong. Then, so in this purport, Srila Prabhupada brings up a very important point, and we should all try to understand this. So listen carefully. As declared in Sri Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna appears in the mortal world to execute his much-needed mission of killing the miscreants, vinashaya dushkritam, and giving protection to the suffering faithful. Paritranaya sadhuna. Faithful means sadhu. In spite of that mission, Lord Krishna tolerated the insult to Sri Draupadi Devi by the Kurus and the injustices perpetrated against the Pandavas, as well as insults to himself. Krishna tolerated all this. The question may be raised, why did Krishna tolerate these injustices and insults in his presence? Why did he not chastise the Kurus immediately? Krishna would have immediately killed all the perpetrators. Why did Krishna not do that? Prabhupada gives a beautiful answer. When Sri Draupadi Devi was insulted in the assembly by the Kurus by their attempt to disrobe her in the presence of all, Lord Krishna protected Draupadi by supplying an unlimited length of clothing, unlimited sari. But he did not chastise the insulting party immediately. Dushasan continued to live, Duryodhan continued to live, Karna continued to live, Shakuni continued to live, and they were ruling also for many years. Then the Pandavas went for Vanvas, 12 years, 13th year in incognito. All this while they were eating Chappan Bhog, Duryodhan and Dushasan. Why? After such a big Vaishnava Prad, why? Why they didn't get leprosy? Like Gopal Chapal. This silence of Lord Krishna did not mean, however, that he excused the offenses of the Kauravas. There were many other kings on earth who had become very proud of three kinds of possessions: Dhanam, Janam, Sundarim, Kavitamba. Wealth is Dhanam. Education is kavita, being known as a kavi, learned person, and janam, followers. Kanaka Kamini Kirti, Kanaka Kamini Pratishtha. And they were constantly agitating earth by movements of military strength. The Lord was just waiting to get them together on the battlefield of Kurukshetra and kill them all at one time, just to make a shortcut in his killing mission. Sometimes surgeons, when somebody gets an abscess, if the abscess is not completely organized, completely liquefied, we call it fluctuation. We press on it and see, has it become soft now? अभी तक पिका नहीं है. रुक जाओ. So the abscess may think कि surgeon डर गया. He's not doing anything. But we just give antibiotics. And let that inflammation, induration all liquefy and let that abscess form completely. Then give a cut and remove everything. The abscess is finished. In 1 second, it is finished. You give a cut and it's all out. So like that, Krishna was waiting. Let all the Kshatriyas come together. Let them come together. Come to the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Not one Akshayoni, not 2, 18 Akshayonis. Then sabko. Like that. That was Krishna's plan. That's why he waited. So Krishna was biding his time. He was just waiting for the right opportunity. Therefore, we should be very careful. We should not think that, I have made this mistake, I did this aparad, and nothing happened to me. Well, it's just a matter of time. Chaitanya Charitamrita describes the Hathi Mata, mad elephant. When the plant is uprooted, for some time it still appears green. The leaves are still green. Just a matter of time. It will all become dried up. But Krishna will always protect his devotees. So the last paragraph Krishna says, and then Krishna wanted the Pandavas only to kill the aggressors. Nimitta Matra Bhava Sabyasachi. He has already killed all those people. In his Vishwarup, he showed that Dronacharya, Bhishmadev, Karna, they were all getting smashed in the teeth of Virat Rup of Krishna. So Krishna has arranged their death, but he wanted the Pandavas to take credit. Like Lord Ramachandra wanted Hanuman to get credit of going to Lanka and finding Sita. The Lord always wants to see his devotee as the hero of some episode, which he himself performs. He wanted to see his devotee and friend, Bhaktosime Sakhacheti Arjun, as the hero of the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And thus he waited for all the miscreants of the world to assemble. That and nothing else is the explanation of Krishna's waiting. Otherwise, Krishna would have killed Dushyasan right there in the Kuru Sabha and Duryodhana also. Shamchandra Prabhu, can you please read 44? We'll finish the chapter. There's only one more verse after this.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Ajasya janmotpatanashanaya karmani akartur garahanaya pumsam nanavanyatha ko arhati deha yogam paro gunanam yutakarma tantram. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The appearance of the Lord is manifested for the annihilation of the upstarts. His activities are transcendental and are enacted for the understanding of all persons. Otherwise, since the Lord is transcendental to all the material modes, what purpose could he serve by coming to earth? Hare Krishna.
Very important Siddhanta. Thank you, Prabhu. Very important Siddhanta. What Mahatma Vidur is saying is Krishna appears here for 3 purposes. Paritrana sadhunam, vinashaya dushkritam, dharma samsthapanartha. So he comes also to annihilate the miscreants. Upstarts means miscreants. He comes to those who are doing utpat. He comes to kill them, punish them. Now Krishna's activities are all transcendental. He is karmani akartu. He's got nothing to do with karma. He's got nothing to do with the modes of material nature. He's transcendental. Transcendental means nothing to do with the modes of material nature. His pastimes are enacted for the understanding of all persons. This phrase I want all of you to focus on. Krishna performs his pastimes for the understanding of all people. If we understand Krishna's pastimes, we will be benefited. What verse is that? Bhagavad Gita. If you understand Krishna's pastimes, Krishna has nothing to do with karma. But if you understand Krishna's karma, then we will be supremely benefited. Yes, Nitya Gauranga Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम। जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम एवं यो वेत्ति तत्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति। So Arjuna.
Very nice. If you understand Krishna's pastimes, we will be supremely benefited. Therefore, here Mahatma Vidur is saying the pastimes are enacted for the understanding of all people. It is our sacred duty to try to understand Krishna's pastimes because Krishna has come for us. That's why. If you understand Krishna's pastimes, we will be supremely benefited. But Krishna has nothing to do with karma. Namam karmani limpanti, name karma phale spriha. Iti mam yo bhijanati, karma bhirna sabadhyate. If one simply understands that law of karma does not apply to Krishna, Krishna has nothing to do with the work and the fruits of karma. Nothing. Krishna doesn't care about this karma and the fruits. Krishna is not a fruitive worker. If one simply understands the transcendental position of Krishna, iti mam yo bhijanati, then karma bhir na sabadhyate. Karma will not bind that person also. And by taking to bhakti of Krishna, all karma can be destroyed. It is said, karmani nirdhati kintu cha bhakti bhajam govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. Prabhupada quotes that verse. And Prabhupada also says in the next paragraph, the activities of Lord, means Krishna Leela, are to be accepted and relished by all living entities. Now, how to do that? That is up to the preachers. That is up to the preachers. How to bring them to the point of appreciating Krishna Leela. That is our responsibility. And for this, we have to use novel ways, like our Shamchandra Prabhu. Scientific preaching. What is that? Somehow because they are scientific people, to speak to them in their language, but connecting them to Krishna, bringing them to the point of Krishna consciousness, speaking their language of science and technology. So, Prabhupada is saying Krishna Leela is to be accepted and relished by all living entities. And it is a duty of the preachers, Bhurida Jana, to make this happen. Krishna's activities are to attract the ordinary man towards Krishna. This is Anugrahaya Bhaktanam. So this is the purpose of Krishna's coming, and we have to assist Krishna in fulfilling that mission. If Krishna came, performed his Leela and went, and we don't speak about Krishna Leela, we don't tell others about Krishna Leela, we don't attract others to Krishna Leela, then what was the purpose of Krishna's coming on this planet? Hai na? So whose duty it is to understand Krishna's Leela and propagate Krishna Katha? Our responsibility. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham shravanamangalam shrimadatam bhuvi grinanti ye bhurida jana. The bhurida jana, personality, the Parivrajakacharyas like Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, all our acharyas. They are Bhurita Jana because they are transmitting Krishna Katha everywhere for all the Tapta Jivas who are suffering in this world. Prabhupada says in the purport, oh no, we have one more verse, verse 45. So who didn't get a chance today? Shama Kishore Mataji, you didn't read today? Verse.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you. Tasya prapanna khilalokapanam avasthitanam anushasane sve arthaya jatasya yadushvajasya vartam sakhe kirtayatirthakirtehe. O my friend, please therefore chant the glories of the Lord, who is meant to be glorified in the places of pilgrimage. He is unborn, and yet he appears by his causeless mercy upon the surrendered rulers of all parts of the universe. Only for their interest did he appear in the family of his unalloyed devotees, the Yadus. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Pranata Klesha Nashaya. Krishna comes Paritranaya Sadhunam. Krishna comes for his devotees. Anugrahaya Bhaktanam. comes to give pleasure, give mercy to his devotees. Krishna, that's why Krishna. That is the main reason, internal reason. He comes for his devotees. Therefore, Sakhe, our Mahatma Vidur is addressing Uddhava. Sakhe, oh my dear friend, please chant the glories. Kirtaya, Tirtha Kirte. Tirtha Kirte means Krishna. Talk about Krishna, glorify Krishna. I want to hear about Krishna. I want to hear the glories of Ajasya Vartam, Krishna who is unborn, Yadushu, in the family of the Yadus. He is Ajasya, but he is Jatasya Yadushu. He is Ajasya, he is unborn, but Jatasya Yadushu, but he took birth in the Yadukul. Nakhalu Gopika Nandano Bhavan Akhila Dehinam Antaratmadre Vikhana Sarthito Vishwaguptaye Sakhaudevan Satvatam Kule. Krishna appeared in the Satvat Kul to give mercy to his devotees. Anugrahaya Bhaktanam. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says there are innumerable rulers all over the universe in different varieties of planets. The sun god, sun planet. Moon god, moon planet. Indradev, heavenly planet. Vayu, Varun, and those in the Brahmalok planet, where Lord Brahma is living. All are obedient servants of Krishna. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Ekela Ishwar Krishna, Arasava Bhritya. Jai Jai Sena Chai Saitesha Kare Nitya. All are obedient servants. Whenever there is any trouble in the administration of the innumerable planets in different universes, the rulers pray for an appearance of the Lord, and the Lord appears. Indrani Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. The purpose of pilgrimage is last paragraph. The purpose of pilgrimage is to remember Krishna constantly. And therefore, the Lord is known as Tirtha Kirti. Tirtha Kirti. When we go to the Tirtha Sthan, we have to do Krishna Kirti. Kirtan of Krishna. That's the best way to remember Krishna. The purpose of going to a place of pilgrimage is to get a chance to glorify Lord Krishna. Krishnot Kirtana. Our Goswamis in Vrindavan, they are living in Vrindavan. Krishna Ut Kirtan they are doing. Loud Kirtan of Krishna. Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyuga Shri Jiva Gopalaka. Even today, although times have changed, Prabhupada is saying, there are still pilgrimage sites in India. For example, in Mathura and Vrindavan, where we had a chance to stay, Srila Prabhupada is saying, people are awake from early morning, 4 a.m. From 4 a.m. to midnight, they are awake. And they're constantly engaged in some way or the other in chanting the glories of Krishna. Krishna Kirtana Gana Artana Parao Premamritam Bholidhi. It means they're only sleeping for 4 hours. The beauty of such a pilgrimage site is that automatically one remembers the holy glories of Lord Krishna. Krishna Nam, Krishna Yash, Krishna Kirti, Krishna Gun, Krishna Roop, Krishna Leela, Krishna Parshad are all identical to Lord. And therefore chanting the glories of Lord Krishna invokes the personal presence of the Lord. Abhinatva Namanamina. Anytime and anywhere pure devotees meet and chant the glories of Lord Krishna is present there without any doubt. What verse is that? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Yes, Satyarama Mataji, you will be forgiven from punishment if you get this right.
Hare Krishna. Is it Hari Sadavasi Tatra Yatra Bhagavata Jana Gayanti Bhakti Bhavena Hare Namaiva Kevalam?
Very nice. Yes. Now give one more verse.
Naham Vasami Vaikunte Yogi Nam Hridayeshva Madbhakta Yatra Gayanti Tatra Tishtami Narada.
Very nice. Janani Mataji, you can forgive her.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Thus end Shri Bhaktivedanta purports of the third canto, first chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Questions by Mahatma Vidur. So, His Grace Amarendra Prabhu was telling me today that when Amarendra Prabhu and Swastika Mataji were in Shri Vrindavan Dham recently, they met His Holiness Srila Sachinandan Swami Maharaj, who said something wonderful about Shri Vrindavan Dham. His Holiness Sachinandan Swami Maharaj said, Vrindavan Dham is like a very beautiful lotus flower. Very beautiful lotus flower. It is beautiful, it is very soft, and it is very fragrant. And devotees are madhukar. Devotees like to drink honey. Radha Krishna Padam Bhojau Bhringaya Gurave Nama. Srila Prabhupada is like a bringa at the lotus feet of Radha Govinda. So devotees like to drink honey. Now, can you get honey by sucking on the stem of the flower? Yes or no? No. Can you get honey by sucking on the leaves of the flower plant? No. Can you get honey by sucking on the petals? No. You get honey when the honeybee goes to the pollen, right in the middle, which is not seen, right in the middle. Then you get honey. Similarly, His Holiness Sachinandan Swami Maharaj said that when we come to Vrindavan, there will be many distractions. There will be plastic, there will be pollution, there will be traffic, there will be so many things that will distract us away from Radha and Krishna. But we have not come to Vrindavan for all that. All that we get here also in Atlanta. We come to Vrindavan for the nectar of Krishna consciousness. Bhakti Rasa Amrit. We want Amrit. So Maharaj said, just go straight where the nectar is. Go straight where there is pure Krishna consciousness. And if you look, you will find the honey is there. Honey is there in the lotus. It takes a honeybee to find that honey. Hai na? So similarly, when we go to Vrindavan, we should not be distracted by things that are not right. We should be attracted to things that are nectar. Association, the deities, the Leela Sthalis, the Brijvasis. This is what we should focus on. We should not focus on the distractions. We should focus where the honey is, straight. We should be like a honeybee. So I thought that was very beautiful. Amarendra Prabhu was sharing that. Because Prabhupada says here that the purpose of pilgrimage is to remember Krishna constantly. First sentence of the last paragraph. And Prabhupada himself is an eternal Brajvasi. So very important principle for us to remember. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Haribol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Yes, Shama Kumari Mataji, please go ahead. Mataji, थोड़ा देर हो गया है, so we'll just take one question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Dandat Pramad, Prabhuji. Thank you for the class. Prabhuji, my question is that जैसे आपने बताया कि जो enemy है उसको भी यूटिलाइज किया जा सकता है कृष्ण की सर्विस में, जैसे श्रीमती राधा रानी यूज करती हैं, इससे कृष्ण बहुत प्रसन्न होते हैं. तो क्या इसका ये अर्थ है कि मतलब जो डिवोटीज दूसरे सब डिवोटीज हैं अपार्ट फ्रॉम श्रीमती राधा रानी, वो एनवी को नहीं यूज कर सकते हैं, ये उनके लिए नहीं है?
Correct. Like Shamchandra was saying that as envy should not be towards the devotees. This is envy in the transcendental realm. We are talking about the transcendental envy of the Vraj Gopis between the different camps, Chandravali and Radharani, like that. So it is completely in Vishuddha Sattva, not to be utilized in the material world. In the material world, for the sadhak, there is no room for envy. We cannot, just like we use lust and anger, we cannot use envy like that in the sadhak stage. In the sadhak stage, we can employ lust and anger in Krishna's service. But ईर्ष्या, द्वेष जो है, उसका हम उपयोग नहीं कर सकते साधक अवस्था में. हम जो चर्चा कर रहे थे, वो that is in the spiritual realm, that jealous anger, that envy. It's purely transcendental, but not in the sadhaka avastha.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Ajay Govind Prabhu, please go. Hare Krishna. Even Shiv Prabhu, did you find out the verse?
Never. Let me look for it.
You did not find out? Anybody found out? Yes.
I just did that, Prabhuji.
Oh, you did that. Oh, you are the
Yeah,
sorry.
so that's why I raised the answer. This
Okay.
verse Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane comes in the chapter when Krishna blesses the kings after Jarasandh's annihilation. So In that
Jarasandha.
context, this comes. Yeah. So this is in 10th Canto, 73rd chapter, 16th verse.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. So when Jarasandha, those imprisoned kings are released
Yes.
after Jarasandha Vadh.
Yes,
Or before they pray to Krishna to come and rescue them.
Now, after Jarasandha Vadh is done, then the kings
They are
offer the
glorified.
prayer. So they were, offering the prayers to Krishna after they were released.
After they were released. Okay. It's a very nice prayer. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranata Klesha Nashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Thank you, Ajay Gundru.
Thanks.
Okay, so that's very nice. So we'll stop here. Mukta Sangha Prabhu, you're okay?
Yes, Prabhu. I'm okay. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur. Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.